what can people do when they are encouraged? We can do so much when we feel encouraged to do something. Jesus himself encourages us in many, many ways. He encourages us. He says, do not be afraid, I am with you. Do not fear, I am with you. You're not alone, I am with you. In so many ways he's encouraged us, and he even goes on to say that we can, well, the writer of Philippians says, I can do so much through Christ who strengthens me. Imagine that so much, imagine that as an encouragement, that we can do so much through Christ, the one who made and created everything, because we can do it in his strength, the one who strengthens us. Now that strength does not necessarily mean physical strength, but it could be strength, as in strength to get through something, strength to endure, encouragement, if you like. So what can we as people do when we are encouraged? We can do so much. I want to look at it in the other aspect and say, when we encourage others, they can achieve so much. Surveys have proved that if people are encouraged, they are better. They're better at work. They're better at functioning. They're just better at doing so much when they're encouraged. I know my son, he's taken up basketball, and when he first started basketball, he used to battle to get the ball in the net. But I used to try and encourage him. Not that I'm any good. I can't play basketball even as near enough as well as he can. But he's just got a natural ability with sport. And when he started playing, as I said, we used to encourage him. His mother and I used to encourage him and say, you know, you can do this, you can do this. Now he's become quite good at basketball, and he can get the ball in more often than not. And if my son or someone I know is trying to do something, as I said, and they are battling, I try to encourage them and help them at the same time. Now, even though the writer of Philippians says, I can do so much through Christ who gives me strength, doesn't mean that God's going to just automatically do it for us, but he'll encourage us. Encouragement always helps. I've got a reading today in Hebrews 10, verses 24. But before I get there, I want to tell you a little story about a guy I had the privilege of spending year 9 with at school. His name was Makai Ntini, and if you don't recognize that name, he became a South African cricket legend. And the reason why I say he was a South African cricket legend, he's still alive, but he broke a record. He was the first South African to get 11 wickets at Lord's here in England. He was the first South African to do so much with a cricket ball. He was a fast bowler in his day, and I remember being at school with him, and when we used to practice cricket, if we didn't have a helmet on, we were in trouble, because that ball came at you at quite a speed. But when he started playing cricket, he used to play in the street. He used to play in the little parks with his mates. He didn't have the ability to go to school, so he used to spend his days throwing stones and doing the cricket technique when he threw the stones. And they found a little ball, and they used to throw the ball at each other. And one day this gentleman was driving past who happened to be involved in cricket coaching and spotted these kids playing in the park and saw that this gentleman had talent, even in his young day. Well, he was a teenager by then, but even then he spotted that this guy had talent. So he went and he saw this gentleman's parents, and he said, you know, your son has got so much potential, even so much potential that he could make the South African cricket team at one stage. And this gentleman went on to pay money for Makai Ntini to come into school, because in South Africa you've got to pay to go to school, every month or every term or whatever it is. He paid for Makayantini to go to school, to our school in particular, because it was a school that was quite big on cricket. And he encouraged this gentleman so much. He bought all his cricket equipment. And Makayantini was so encouraged that he ended up being, as I said, part of the South African national cricket squad for many, 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 many years. And he's gone on now to become a cricket coach who could be coaching potential future South African cricketers. So why am I telling you this? Because I believe that if we want to improve our life, or the life and the lives of those around us, we need to take action. So before I get into what action we need to take, let me read Hebrews 10:14. Hebrews 10:24. And let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works. Let us stir up one another in love and good works. Or let's consider each other in order to stir up love and good works. There was a song I heard that came out many, many years ago. It went along the lines of something like, we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. That starts with us. That action starts with us. This action we need to take could be the action of considering others. And this is done through love and good works. By stirring up love and good works. So as I said, if you want to improve your life and the lives of those around you, you must take action. I once heard a person say, if we want to change the world, it needs to start with us. Isn't that so true? That if we want to improve, if we want to change the world, that change needs to starts with us. The Bible says that in 1 John 4, verses 7 to 8, it says, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. So we want to show the world God. We want to show the world, we want the world to be a better place. We need to show them God, because God can make that a better place. But with our help, we need to take that action. We need to be the ones to show that love and that consideration and those good works. I'm not talking about good works because we get to heaven, but good works because we want to do them, because we love God and we love everybody. So we can pass that knowledge of God onto the world through love and good works. So I just want to encourage you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And as you go into next week or the rest of this week, I pray that we can just go out there and even just encourage someone with love and good works.